Hey there everyone, this is Ray Higdon and welcome to this very short video, 21 steps to become an MLM leader. If you're looking to become a large team leader and build your leadership, then I have comprised 21 steps to help you do that. Now I did write a blog on this topic and went into probably more detail than I will on this video, and you can visit that on my website at rayhigdon.com. So you're going to learn the 21 steps. So here we go. We're going to jump right in. Number one, have a huge vision. Where are you going to be in 12 months? Where's your team going to be in 12 to 24 months? I suggest you create your big vision within 48 hours of joining your network marketing company and get with your upline to help you produce that. Number two, forget the notion that product knowledge has anything to do with your success and share that with your team. I see so many people spend so much time on useless product knowledge that just isn't going to relate to having success in this industry. And I see the exact same thing with compensation plan. If you have yet to earn a commission from your company, then you have absolutely no reason to be studying the compensation plan for anything but a very cursory knowledge. It is these two. I see people study the product and comp plan for many, many hours, and then they just never sponsor anyone, so it was pointless to do that. And so just know and pass on to your team that product or comp plan knowledge has nothing to do with success. Create a daily routine that cannot fail. And there are ways to create routines. I have a couple blogs on the subject. You can Google Ray Higdon Daily Routine or Ray Higdon MLM Routine, and you'll see those blogs to help you out. Number five, create training, preferably a training page that when you sponsor someone or someone in your team sponsors someone, they can readily promote that training page to those people. Number six, understand that not every person is going to live up to your expectations. Now, some people, when they see this happen, they actually sabotage themselves from sponsoring anyone, because they relate pain to sponsoring someone because they may not have success. Well, if you have that mentality, you're probably not going to last in this industry. Understand, be someone of helping, do your best to help your team, but just know, no matter what the caliber of leader, there are always going to be some people that just don't have success, that just aren't hungry enough, that don't have a big enough why or big enough vision. Make sure, especially before you have your team, hit your prospecting numbers. Now, if you don't do this, then all the rest of this training actually makes no sense, because if you have no team to lead, then it's just not going to help you. So to get to that team that you need to have a team to lead, hit your prospecting numbers, commit to it, and that can be part of your daily routine. This is a big gotcha of superstars and guru marketers, and it is something that really crushes talented people all the time, and they don't understand this. When it comes to our industry, which is the network marketing industry, it is not about what works, it's only about what duplicates. And that quote comes from Eric Worre. Actually, on my blog with this topic, I give you a link back to his video on duplication. Understand that. Just because you have the ability to generate tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars selling affiliate programs or whatever else, and that's nothing against those things. You just got to be really, really careful, because your team will attempt to do whatever it is that you're doing. And so just be very careful. This is there's a lot of talented people that have a tough time building an actual team, but can actually make money at will. And you want to be very careful with this one. Number 9, don't ask for favors. I see this all the time. Focus on what value can you bring to the other leaders in your life. What value can you bring versus what can they do for you? This is huge, and I actually linked to a Fernie article, Fernie Cabellos of SEO Networker, on this. highly suggest reading that article. Number 10, stop leading with your product. My God, it's like we've forgotten the whole concept of attraction marketing, and now we're telling everyone how much weight we've lost. We're telling everyone, how much gas mileage we're getting. We're telling everyone everything about our product. Product does not create retention, does not, there is no loyalty to an actual product, because there's hundreds of other companies with roughly the same product, and there's hundreds of different ways to buy products in a different manner. So when you lead with product, you're skipping over all the stuff that actually retains people, which is leadership, which is community, which is training, which is events. Those are the things that actually retain and keep people versus a soulless product, even if the product's fantastic. Okay. Number 11, ask questions of the leaders that have the lifestyle that you desire. Ask questions. Don't try to show how smart you are or challenge them. Just ask. If you disagree, ask yourself, is it because you believe you know something, or is it because you have actual results? A lot of times people without results challenge leaders that have results. That makes no sense. Okay? Schedule learning. Every single day, schedule learning something, either prospecting, sponsoring, it could be online marketing, it could be copywriting, it could be direct response, whatever. But make sure every single day you're learning something. One way that I accomplish this is when I get up in the morning, I strap on my headset and I listen to MP3s on either marketing or sponsoring or sales, and I walk around my community. That's an easy way for me every single day that I get some amount of learning. Now, most days I actually do more than just that by reading articles and blogs and things of that nature. Don't spend all day learning. I'm not encouraging that, but you want to at least schedule some daily learning. Number 13, don't pitch your team another MLM, even if it's a tool, and especially if it's an easier sale. And here's the problem with that. Okay, I've seen people build pretty good teams, and then they find a great tool that helps, and they believe, you know what, this is going to help my team. I should definitely promote this. And there's tons of tool MLMs out there. And so what they do is they tell their team, hey, this may help you in recruiting people for X. Here's what happens. A large percentage of people, and perhaps your weaker players that haven't had success in your main company, well, they'll just focus on pitching the tool because they see it as easier. And so anytime someone does something out of weakness, they don't have success. And so get your team to focus on becoming better rather than wishing for things to be easier. And that's, based on a Jim Rohn quote, very, very powerful. Get better at presenting and speaking. Are there any MLM leaders that you can name that just don't show up and present and speak at events? Absolutely not. Every single one, you think of them up on stage, receiving awards, telling their story, etc. So get better at that. If you do not get better at that, you may never have the opportunity to be up there. When you don't create vacuums in your life, they just don't show up. Number 15, get past the slumps. Guess what? You're going to have slumps. It's just going to happen. It's just the way it is. Get past those slumps. Keep working. Don't use a slump as a reason to jump into the new, hot, trendy network marketing company and completely disregard your team. Get past those slumps by rolling up your sleeves, and then when you come out of that slump, you're going to head into a nice momentum because you didn't slow down. So keep your action, keep your routine, keep your commitments, and you'll work past those slumps. Number 16, what you lack in skill, make up for in numbers. Very, very powerful. In the beginning, if you are terrible at prospecting, talking to 1 to 2 people a day just isn't going to work. It's not going to work because you lack that skill. It'll take you a year to have any kind of numbers. So if you're really terrible at prospecting, then simply talk to more people. Number 17, and I like to joke around with this. I actually say this to my leaders. Bring your sleeping bag to the house of your leaders. That means be willing to roll up your sleeves, be willing to stay up all night, be willing to travel to the cities of your leaders, to build that relationship, to build that community, and to help them build their team and build your leaders' credibility to their team. Very powerful way. You know, just next week, I'm headed out to Denver, Sacramento, and Hawaii to support the leaders, to bring my sleeping bag. In fact, I'm staying in the house of two of my reps. You know, that's just how we roll. It's like a family. You know, if a family member comes into your city, would you want them staying at your house? I hope so, right? And so, you know, just be willing to really roll up your sleeves with your leaders. Number 18, don't do any actions that you wouldn't want your team to know about. You know, this is because here's what happens. People really follow leaders. They will find out that you did something, you know, so don't make decisions, you know, hoping that no one finds out about them. You know, be willing to, you know, be open about it. You know, be willing to you know, evaluate what action you're about to take and think to yourself, okay, will this actually help my team or will it distract them? Because you want to be supportive, not distractive. Number 19, and I see this a lot, mainly with online marketers, but share what's actually working and don't have a lack mentality. You know, if something's actually working for you as a leader, share it. If it works, share. And because that's the only way you're going to get some duplication. And you know, I see people that, you know, you know, they do something really cool, but they never share with their team how they actually did it, so it never duplicates. And you know, the only reason not to share is if you think there's only a limited amount of people that will ever join your company. And if you have that lack mentality, you're just simply not going to be a leader. Number 20, don't get too tied up with technology. You know, I see people that get like a college degree in video marketing because they think that's really going to boost their sponsoring. It isn't. You know, in fact, it's just not duplicatable. This is a people business, not a technology business. And lastly, number 21, purposely live the lifestyle. Live a great lifestyle. You know, go out of your way to take vacations, to spend time with loved ones, to spend time doing the things that others wish they could do, because that's this industry. You know, someone invited me to a seminar that's going to be held on 11/11/11, and I thought, oh, that's cool. And then I looked at my schedule and I realized, oh, actually, I'm going to be in Fiji for my honeymoon, so I can't make it. And here's what's cool about that. I went from foreclosure, personal foreclosure, to Fiji in 2 years with this industry. That's what's possible. No matter where you are, you can get to where you want to go. But rest assured, for you to get something that you've never had, you have to be willing to do something that you've never done. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these 21 steps. I've enjoyed relaying them to you. See my blog for more detailed information at rayhigdon.com. And I wish you have an awesome day. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.